Woke CDPR law designer exposed for hating gamers as concerns about Witcher 4 growth, right? So from what I know, Witcher 4, it will be a huge game, not going to lie, by CD Projekt Red, and they will have Ciri as the main character, and I don't think it is a bad thing, but some people just trying to everyone is trying to farm view from everything right now. So let me try to find Ciri Witcher 4. Okay, right. You can see here this Ciri, this in their trailer. So it's not a very bad looking model of the character Ciri. It just she became older. So what older woman looks like? They become a bit chubbier. And for Western, I think there will be more like they have a lot more of the wrinkles. All the lines will be more, how do I say, more visible, unlike Asian. So because right now, I think right now most of the main character in the video game are all mostly Asian, right? Like Final Fantasy 7. Like you have all the Genshin Impact, everything. They are mostly looks like Asian, so they will have the Asian aesthetic that when they are getting older, when their age increase, but their looks don't change that much. And for if I'm going to design a Western character, then they will have changed a lot. They will look visibly older than their younger counterpart. I think that's the thing happening over this series. It's not a bad looking, it just looks older, and I have no idea whether how many years after the Witcher 4 happened after Witcher 3. And a lot of people is just trying to chime in and think most of them are just farming for clicks. It's not bad looking, it's not like something, it's not woke at all. I don't think this character is woke by any sense. But here, this is a different story. The law designer exposed for hating gamers, then this is a different story. And whether he is woke or not, let's just take a look.
Hey, what's up, guys? Up here. So today we're going to be talking about concerns that gamers have regarding CD Projekt Red, as well as their upcoming release of The Witcher 4. Now, ever since the trailer for this game was released at the Game Awards, there's been a lot of discussion about the game. Obviously, it's a very successful franchise, but people are really talking about the choice of the main protagonist for this game, the latest Witcher, which is now Ciri. Now, people are making a lot of different comments. We're going to focus on the lore-related concerns, but also people were criticizing the design, saying she's more masculine, but also some people said it's fine and maybe she's just a little bit older in this game.
Yeah, just a bit older.
I don't know. I don't really think it's like the biggest concern for them right now. They have a lot of other issues facing not only this game, but also CD Projekt Red as a whole. But that didn't stop journalists from basically labeling her as the latest girl boss. You can see Rock, Paper, Shotgun. They're still going these days. With this headline saying having Ciri as the Witcher 4 lead will help the game explore the Witcher world.
All this journalist website, channel, whatever, they are not good for anything right now because they are just trying to farm for views. Then you can click to their link and then view their website, then view their ads. That's all.
Sexism.
That is their main goal. They are trying to generate traffic to their website, so they will just build up anything that will cause emotion tick from the readers. Then they will just click to their website and see how bad is the article.
Says CD Projekt Red. Now, I'm going to be very critical of CD Projekt Red in this video, but I got to defend them here because that is not what they said. That headline is very misleading. If you could read the quotes here,
I don't think they
mentioned nothing about combating sexism in the world. Just kind of an embarrassing article here.
Right here, you see. CD Projekt Red, their main focus is just try to make a good game. That's from what I know, right? From like Witcher 3 to what's the thing? Cyberpunk 2077. Maybe that has a very bad start, bad launch, but they try to make a good game. I think most of the thing happens with the launch of Cyberpunk is because of the investor from the investor side. They are trying to put out good games to, I think, maybe try to make a history of for the name CD Projekt Red, but I don't think they will. Okay, sorry, handphone. Right. Okay, back. Okay, they're just trying to make a history. That's what I think for CD Projekt Red, and I don't think they have any interest in trying to attack sexism in game or whatever current trending political issues, woke, LGBTQ plus. No, they're just trying to make games.
But let's go back to the concerns about the main protagonist here and the real ones, okay? Despite how games journalists might frame some of this stuff,
Yep.
people are not concerned about a woman taking on this role in the game as the main protagonist. In fact, a lot of people enjoy the character Ciri, especially based on Witcher 3, and I don't think a lot of people would have an issue with her having a big role in The Witcher 4. However, the fact that she's a Witcher is what's causing the controversy because to many, it seems like it's violative of established lore. Now, I'm not some expert on Witcher related lore, so correct me if I'm wrong about some things in the comments section, but it seems like very established lore that only men could be Witchers, that the task of going through
there's
the
also what I
trial of
heard.
the grasses is so physically brutal that a woman just physically could not make it through. That seems like that was a very established piece of lore, and a lot of people are saying this choice is violating that lore. Now, in response to that, there's been a lot of discussions and interviews by people at CD Projekt Red and on the team for this game, trying to dispel some of those lore-related concerns. We can see the director here, Kolemba, as well as the CD Projekt Red franchise and lore designer, Kane Maher. If I'm pronouncing that right, we'll talk about him later in the video, but they say outright that these changes to Ciri's character will not come at the expense of the series canon, but will instead represent a natural evolution of her character. And they go on to clarify 100% that she has in fact successfully completed the trial of the grasses. So she is a Witcher the same way her predecessors were, and there's no like pseudo Witcher status that she has. She outright completed the trial. So now you have to say, well, did they violate established lore?
Okay, so Ciri is a real Witcher.
They're trying to say that they're not, and I don't
Not
really
like
know.
a
Like this
self-proclaimed
explanation
Witcher.
really is lacking, and you think, why is this really an issue in the first place?
Not like someone
And some of
self-proclaimed
these
Japanese
concerns about the lore
culture
being
expert.
switched around and rewritten to make this protagonist choice work has to do with the fact they're disregarding the original intent of the author who wrote this saga. And you can see this headline here: CD Projekt Red admits original author was not consulted on Ciri's Witcher role in Witcher 4. So they make it very clear in an interview here, the developer as well as this Weber individual from CD Projekt Red, that they did not consult the author about The Witcher 4 or this choice of Ciri as the latest Witcher. So they're asked outright by this interviewer at Eurogamer, has he explicitly said yes, that this choice is absolutely fine and that she could make it through the trial of the grasses? And Weber responds saying, I mean, I can actually give you a very good answer because it's written that Sapkowski usually gives. The answer is in the books. And in the books, Sapkowski called Ciri a Witcher multiple times, and Geralt called Ciri a Witcher in the books too. So I think that basically says what Sapkowski, the author, thinks about the topic. And I think that's a very
Okay.
lame answer. Okay, they're saying I'm going to use the words of the original author to
Yeah.
confirm
Yeah.
what we're doing is right, but we also are just making up those words for him. He didn't actually talk to us. We didn't consult with him on the topic, so we're just going to infer what he
Infer. Yeah.
might have
That's the
thought
word.
about this
Infer.
subject. And I think that's a bit unfair, and I think that is something that is kind of concerning because it seems like they don't really care about the original intent that much, because if they did, they would definitely consult him about this issue and have an answer ready. They had to know they were going to be pressed about this choice.
Okay. So I think here when they say answer is in the book because the author calls Siri Witcher multiple times. So I think there is I think there's a scenario that you can call someone a hero, but not necessarily a hero in the by the definition in the dictionary, right? So because hero means a lot of different stuff for anybody, so you can call anyone hero, but to be honest, by the definition from the dictionary, then he is not a hero. So in here, Witcher, the author may call Siri a Witcher multiple times, just because maybe just because some other reasons, but it does not necessarily means Siri went through the trial of grass. Am I right? I think maybe that will be the case. Because you can call someone something, but it not necessarily means by definition he is that thing. Garrett also calls Siri a witcher in the books too. So maybe this, when the author wrote in the books call Siri a witcher, maybe that has some different meaning to the witcher. That words when they refer Siri as a witcher.
Of Siri as a Witcher. But anyways, they would also double down on this in other interviews as well. And you would see that individual, once again, the lore designer, franchise designer at CD Projekt Red, Maher, he would confirm that same sort of thing, saying, they were called a Witcher by the author, which, again, people point out that she was often called a Witcher as sort of a, playful thing. And again, it's kind of like a lame
just
way
trying to
justify
be
this
more
choice.
inclusive.
But again, let's
I
talk
can say
about this
more
Maher
inclusive
individual.
of the Witcher
You can
group.
see they are, of course, the franchise and lore designer at CD Projekt Red. Now, they're having a bit of a hard time on Twitter today because of all of this related lore debate. People have been focusing on the lore designer, obviously, and they're starting to dig through his accounts, and it doesn't look great.
Oh no.
Another person in the game.
Twitter is such a bad space. You can't do anything bad because one day just need to you to do something stupid, and then someone even stupider, they will just dig out all your old tweets.
Gaming industry who clearly has a disdain for gamers. Many such cases. So here's some of the tweets in this conversation, I guess implying that him and I think his wife will punch gamers together. Also, he is a journalist from The Gamer, which
what's
is
the
known
context?
for a lot of
What's the
slop
context
articles
from
and
the
is
just
constantly
tweet?
ridiculed. Will punch.
So it's also I can very kill people. Also, what I want. You want to punch gamers?
Gamers together.
Okay.
Also, he is a journalist from The Gamer, which is known for a lot of slop articles and is constantly ridiculed by gamers for not being a good news source on the related subjects. On top of that, there's this conversation where he says gamers are already bad enough in response to a deleted post. But this one's really telling. It says, if you're an adult...
Because sometimes gamers are bad, right? There's a portion in every group. There's a portion of that group. They will be bad. Like a percentage stuff. You can just say gamers are bad by referring to those particular gamers. That's not a big deal.
Uses their mind to the concept of pronouns, which everyone, everywhere, throughout all of history has used every single day. there is something wrong with your life, but it's not what you think it is. The wokes aren't out to get you. You're just a clown. I honestly feel sad when I see people who have very clearly lost the ability to think because they have been swallowed whole by some insane or inane grift. It is absurd that people can be so far gone that they will publicly go berserk at the sight of the word they or even just pronoun. This isn't really a new or even worthwhile observation, but people online are way too obsessed with other people's lives
Yes, I
and
agree.
choices. Who gives a shit what anyone else is doing once they're content and not harming anyone? Let people be happy and mind your own business. So yeah, this guy is...
Okay, let me read this through again. Okay, this particular tweets, I don't think there's a lot of issue. There's a very big issue with these tweets, right? So it's just like when the concept of pronouns of other people's don't bother me, that I won't go. I will just mind my own business. I won't go harass other people, right? But I think the situation in US is like when the concept of pronouns of other people starts to affect average people's life, then people are very upset with it, and then it will become a chaos. So what these people is talking about is when the people that has their different pronouns for themselves, and when they do not disturb other people's with their preference. It's a
all
normal
about
tweets.
pronouns. Clearly,
it just don't fit the US situation.
And again, with the gaming industry right now, this is the type of stuff people don't want to hear about someone in charge of parts of a game, especially the lore of a game that is so anticipated, like The Witcher
dumb.
4.
People,
but there's some other tweets. It seems like they're very angry. They're trying to mock an individual for basically criticizing ugly character designs. It seems like they don't like people doing that. On top of that, you can see this character designs.
Wake up, Shippo. The vote minus vote mine very stress. Okay. Maybe that character is attractive to him. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know
doing that.
His preference.
On top of that, you can see this comment. I don't know what exactly he's referring to, but you can see 2 years ago he said the worst thing about this is when it's also done in bad faith. Not only will YouTubers monetize your work, they'll do it while talking about how wrong and stupid you are in front of millions. Strong anti-woke audience. How is this considered acceptable is beyond me. So clearly they have an issue with YouTubers, which, if it wasn't already confirmed they're a journalist, there it is, because journalists absolutely hate YouTubers with a burning passion. But on top of that, it seems like they have a negative view of YouTubers with a anti-woke audience. Which,
no. I don't think he has negative view about all YouTubers. I think he just have negative views about YouTubers that maybe react to their works, or just trying to use someone else's work to do a video then earn money from that. Not all YouTubers. He just upset about some YouTubers that monetize someone else's work.
Is a lot of channels right now, and it seems like this is not a very good stance to have if you want to
like all the
end up the subject of
YouTuber news channel, right? They are just all reporting secondhand news from other news site or someone else Twitter tweets. That's all. Like most of the YouTuber news are like that. Other than like all the maybe gaming news, they get their information directly from the game website.
Criticizing you and the games you're working on, the studio you work at. Also, we will see Veridark here. Thank you for doing the good work, some honest work here, finding their interactions with Alyssa Mercante. So
Alyssa, who is
basically,
Alyssa?
play right here. She's just scrolling through with the of Alyssa Mercante, former Kotaku editor, of course, and they're regularly interacting with her posts for years and years. And honestly, if you're the kind of person who's regularly interacting with someone like Alyssa Mercante and you're in the gaming industry, that is a really bad look. Let's just be honest
What's
about
a bad
that.
look? Who is
On
Alyssa?
top of that, let's see here that this isn't the first time that we've had someone at CD Projekt Red lashing out. In fact, it's not the second time. It's not even the third time. It's happened multiple times. And only a few weeks ago, the CD Projekt Red senior experienced designer was mocking a fan who was worried about DEI-related concerns. This was the initial interaction. IGN posting this Witcher 4 preview here, where this individual said, "I'm not excited over it, and the Witcher series is one of my favorite game series. CD Projekt Red is too deep into DEI, ESG bullshit."
What the
where
fuck?
this person goes,
Where's the DEI,
the
ESG?
hand over mouth emoji and a clown
stuff
emoji.
in
So this person,
Witcher 4.
CD Projekt Red, at the very least, calling this person a clown for pointing out DEI concerns. And based on how you interpret this emoji
Is there any
here,
Asian in the trailer?
see this as telling her to shut up, where she interacts by saying, "Wow, that's so very professional of you. You know I'm a customer and more than that, a fan of the Witcher series, and you're a senior experience designer at CD Projekt Red. Are you sexist too?" Telling a woman to shut up and calling her a clown. And then he says, "Immediate allegations, along with misinterpreting. Just wow." So dismissing anything she was saying once again. And I went back to
What are you
find this
talking about?
interaction, by the way, and it appears that this designer is suspended. His account is gone, and it's only been a couple weeks since this interaction happened. So that's really weird. I have not seen many professional people from the industry get their Twitter account suspended. So he must have been saying some stuff or doing something. I don't know. But his account's weird. Anything she was saying once again. And I went back to find this
that guy
out.
don't even have a Twitter, the blue mark thing. So how do we know he is a real
dismissing
senior experience
anything she was
designer
saying
for
once
CD Projekt
again.
Red?
And I went back to find this interaction, by the way, and it appears that this designer is suspended. His account is gone, and it's only been a couple weeks since this interaction happened. So that's really weird. I have not seen many professional people from the industry get their Twitter account suspended. So he must have been saying some stuff or doing something. I don't know. But his account is gone. And now let's just
You see here, like,
I suspended many
I don't know, this Raven Ray 4. Why people always try to label everyone as sexist when they just disagree what's your viewpoint? And telling a woman to shut up and calling her a clown. Like everyone thought that everyone is sexist and they want women to shut the fuck up and call them a clown because they try to voice their opinion. Like, no one is going to. Come on, stop labeling everything so misogynist.
So he must have been saying some stuff. Turn to CD Projekt Red.
There can't be any normal
general,
conversation
okay?
anymore.
So some people are asking the question, is CD Projekt Red woke?
No.
And the answer is yes.
No
doubt.
What the
whatsoever.
fuck are you talking about?
They are one of the most woke gaming companies out there. They are very open about it. And you could overlook these things if you're producing good games. But now when you're slowing things down and people are worried about upcoming releases like The Witcher 4, people start paying more and more attention to the DEI slop on their website and really just filled throughout their entire company. And this is a strange topic because we covered this about 2 months ago. The CEO actually quote tweeted Endymion, who's a YouTuber. We've talked about some of his reports on the gaming industry. And back a couple months in October, he talked to an insider who revealed that the CD Projekt Red environment, their work environment, is just riddled with DEI. It's like you can't escape it over there. And the CEO, Michael Nowakowski, felt so pressed by this claim. He made this tweet basically denouncing everything that Endymion was reporting on, saying, "Seems we live in times where anyone can record complete nonsense and make a story out of it. CDPR, talent leaving? We have the lowest rotation of people in recent years. DEI-driven recruitment, we hire based on merit and talent alone, just as we make games driven by artistic vision alone. So yes, this whole claim that there's merit-based decisions, and they do that even with their choice of how they make their games and their who they hire and how they advance and all these things. And people gobble this up. So they saw him going after a YouTuber who's anti-woke, and people were cheering this on. They're like, wow, oh my God, yeah, go after that grifter, yeah, prove those anti-woke people wrong. But these claims by the CEO were instantly challengeable. Like,
Okay, all
I
right.
can't believe the gaslighting that this person tried to attempt. I mean, you go
But I think here there's some points to it. Right? So, for example, I have no idea who this is and who this is, and I have no idea about their background at all. But from what I heard from this guy, this Endymion talk about the woke things from the project, the Dune Awakening. I think it is a project, games, whatever, by CD Projekt Red even Funcom. Right, talk about the game is riddled with DEI. Okay, so right now I think every gamers in the market, they always associate DEI with a bad game, because now that is the trend, right? When the game has a DI, then they fail. When the game has a DI, then they fail, because we have Concord. That is a very big stupid fail, and then we have many other games that has DI and then they fail, right? So now all the gamers are automatically associates DI equals to bad game. And that is what happening right now in the market, I think, because DEI is just diversity and I don't know what is it, and inclusivity, right? So many games have that long time ago, but no one is complaining about them because they make good games. So CD Projekt Red also make good games, just like what Asmongold said. They make good games, so no one cares about the DEI shit, because they can integrate all this stuff into the game smoothly, so no one really notice it. But now Endymion just like this tell the game is riddled with DI, then it gives a very bad press for the game. I think, have it come out yet? I have no idea, but it gives a very bad press for the game. And then, so when this one, if like I am the CEO of CD Projekt Red, and when there's one motherfucker that try to talk bad about our games, that say our game is riddled with DEI, which you know gamers always associate DEI equals to bad game, then they won't buy the fucking game. They are going to do something to clear out the all the questions, right? This is understandable, but I just don't think it's a thing should be done by the CEOs himself. Maybe some PR people can do it.
Go to their website. They have a whole page. In fact, they have multiple sections dedicated to diversity and inclusion. It's like one of the first things they want you to know about their company.
Okay, right. Okay, I don't think this is a new thing for international companies, right? If you look at the example, like the biggest company, one of the biggest company in the world, like Microsoft, Apple, they already implemented DEI from like 20-30 years ago, because they want to attract global talents. It's nothing new. So when their website, this CD Projekt has DEI, I don't think it's a very weird stuff for them to have on their website, because they are trying to attract global talents. Because they have, I do think they have a lot of different office in a lot of the country all around the world. So they want global talents. So it's not weird for them to have DEI, the DEI thing in their website. It's just that I think DEI is just a neutral term. For me, it's a very neutral term. Woke is a very negative term. I have no idea what's the positive term. Because positive term, no one is going to talk about it.
And you talk about merit-based. They have programs where they outright state that being a woman in the company will help you advance faster. They also have a program, Girls in the Game, that is only open to women. Men are not allowed to apply for this. So again, the whole merit-based thing, very interesting. But there's more and more if you keep going across here. And they have one of their pillars, one of their goals. And the first thing is strengthening the DEI culture at CD Projekt by, among others,
Wait, I have delivery at the door. Wait. The air cooler. Let's hope it is worth the money, because they say it can replace the aircon because of the power it has. It used a lot less power than the fucking aircon.
Inclusive leadership, and that is also another thing they look in terms of their leadership positions. Diversity, it's an actual thing that impacts whether or not you're getting a leadership role, how diverse you are. On top of that, they have diversity not just with their employees, but with their games as well. As they state here, we are making efforts to place in our games characters of different personalities, social classes, ethnic groups, and sexual preferences. We show the inequality that exists in the world, the diverse paths that people take, as well as various problems they must overcome. Yes, very wholesome Chungus. I'm sure gamers will go wild over such a beautiful goal. It made me almost shed a tear, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, it gets so crazy with them. They literally won an award
for CD
for
Projekt.
DEI. They won a
Diversity,
DEI
equity, and
award
inclusion.
because they're that entrenched in this stuff. But the CEO told you none of this is happening right to your face. Yes, CD Projekt Red is woke. I don't think there's any debate about that. And everything going on with The Witcher 4 and some of these choices and some of the concerns about the lore being violated or not respected, and also some of the behavior of the people involved with that project, I think there's reason for concern. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with The Witcher 4. It's going to be a game that's highly anticipated no matter what, but there seems to be some rolling momentum about criticism being lodged towards not only that game, but CD Projekt Red as well. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, so
We're going to be talking about
for my honest opinion about CD Projekt Red, I don't think Witcher 4, if the gameplay is good enough, and then it's not a woke game, it just as basic as that. If it is a bad game, then it is a woke game. That's what the gamers think in their brain, right? Because now a lot of DEI games, and then they failed, and they automatically associate DEI equal to bad games. So that's it. There's nothing that can change it for now. So if CD Projekt Red managed to get The Witcher 4 managed to be good, and then it's not a woke game. If it is bad and it has a lot of DEI in the game, then Witcher 4 will just be another point on the statistic, another dot in the statistic that DEI cause games to fail, which I don't think that is necessarily correct. It's just a association. It's just association. I don't think it matters that much. Yeah, I don't think this is. Yeah, I think maybe the law designer has a bit of issue, but it's just their personal life, right? So I don't think that has a lot to do with the game by itself. But however, for whether they should consult the original source, the author, or not, that's up for debate. Which I think they should. They should. They should ask for the consultation, but I think that will cost them some money, right? So maybe they're just trying to save just a bit of the money from their budget. Yep. So about that.